Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium, scene of tonight's high school baseball game between Nashua High South and Nashua North. Hello, I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Once again, our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. We are in the midst of the Battle of the Bridge Sporting Contest 2022. Tom, it's becoming nighttime, not too cool tonight.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's getting cooler.
It's cool. John, in fact, I would say the temperature was warmer for the football game.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's been a lousy spring in terms of temperature.
Yeah, it has.
Really has. It's not going to get any better over the next 5 days.
I saw we have a sunny heat wave coming.
Yeah, late next week. They're pushing it further and further away, John.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. So anyway, but it's dry.
No rain.
It's dry, and that's the big key tonight with these two teams. South coming in here, I believe, 6-2. North 6-4. Panthers have had rain and umpire issues where they haven't been able to play, so they're looking to get back out there and do some things. They have the best. This is the best South team, I would believe, in Jim Guy's coaching tenure, which started back in 2013. So in Nashua North, John, they surprised me. They started out the year 0-2. They seemed like they were rebuilding, and then all of a sudden they reel off 6 straight wins. And now they've lost a couple. So now they're back to 6-4. But again, with these two teams, John, it's high school baseball. You and I both know high school baseball. What does it come down to? It comes down to basically defensive mistakes, right?
Who makes all the plays or not?
Right, exactly. And tonight it's
And we have
50-50.
base running errors as a factor as we had last game.
No doubt about it. We're going to see 2 good shortstops tonight, though. Derek Finley for Nashua North, the leadoff hitter. He's got the tools at short. He may make a mistake here and there, because he's an emotional player. He's a real spark plug for this Titan team. And Albert De La Rosa, who we saw in the Pinkerton game. What can you say about him? And it's just, it's absolutely outstanding. So.
Pro prospect, right? Because he is.
Yep,
is that right?
He is, yeah.
Well, in that game in which Liam Doyle for Pinkerton struck out 17 batters, the big battle each time was when De La Rosa came up. He timed his fastball in the very opening bat of the game, but popped up. But he hit that home run, the solo home run, to give his team the lead, albeit briefly. Pinkerton came back, their big slugger, tied it up with a homer in the Astros' very next at bat. That was an epic game.
It really was. It was. I don't know if you're gonna. If we see a game like that tonight, we'll be very fortunate.
Yeah, we will.
So, and these two teams, when they play each other, they. I'm trying to remember what happened last year. I know the second meeting between the two, or at least one of the meetings between the two, got rained out. So, and then I believe they played one other. And now I believe we will have the national anthem as both teams are lined up along the baselines after the introductions.
And we are ready to play ball here at Holman.
I tell you, is it too much to ask for this game to be played on, on a nice clear night with 70-degree weather? I mean, really?
Yeah.
It's incredible. We're going to see Elias Bork for Nashua North is going to be on the mound, and he'll be opposed by Nolan Medeiros. And we saw Medeiros earlier this season. He was he really was the competitor in that Pinkerton game.
Yeah, he had to work harder, but he dueled Liam Doyle to a standstill on the scoreboard.
I just remember him walking off that mound, shaking his fist after he pitched out of trouble in the top of the, was it 8th or 9th inning?
Yeah.
So
in the 7-inning game.
Yeah, or bottom of
right.
in the extra inning game. So
amazing.
Yep, and good crowd, a great crowd on hand for this
sure
game
is.
tonight. Yeah, it's a good crowd.
It's
almost like a Silver Knights crowd, really. It's got that many people.
It's
the biggest
got the
crowd
same buzz.
Got the buzz, and it's the biggest crowd I've seen here for the season. So,
I was looking at my roster, Tom, for North, and Zach Harris, the head coach of North, has put everybody's name on it. All of his assistants. The only person's name that's not on this is Zach Harris.
Right.
Well, so he's a young man that. He's got this team.
Well, he took over, I believe, 4 or 5 years ago. I think maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure.
Even younger than he is now.
Yeah, and he has really worked hard at it, and he's always, and I mean always, had a competitive team. And
good for him.
After they went 0-2, he canceled a practice and said, "Come on, guys, we're going to meet in this classroom." And they met in a classroom, and they had a little chat. And Zach Harris said, "You're going to have to decide what kind of team you want to be."
Really?
Yes. He's a great coach. What
a novel approach.
And James Guy, he's really built the program up to the point now where he's getting good numbers. He had 50 kids come out this year, and they try not to cut anybody because they want kids playing baseball. So so they have a JV team and everything else. But this is where it's at. The baseball in this city for the high schools is in better hands now than I think it was a couple years ago. Just because of the talent level that's around and everything else.
That got my attention there for a second, Tom. Albert De La Rosa had set up in the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, I know, huh?
But he was just waiting for the umpire to do his business, cleaning off home plate. Ball one, a curveball outside and low from Nolan Medeiros working to Albert De La Rosa.
Elias Bork, John.
Elias Bork working to Albert De La Rosa. Nolan will be the starting pitcher for South.
If Medeiros was working at De La Rosa, we'd have a story.
Ground ball, a sizzler. Derek Finley up with it cleanly and across the diamond.
That's Finley. Finley sometimes rushes, but usually he is sharp and looks good at shortstop. I mean, he's a prospect. I think he's a prospect at the position to play it in college or whatever. I mean, he's an athlete. We saw him quarterback the football team. He played basketball. I think basketball is probably his third sport. Baseball, I probably would imagine, is his number one.
Strike one call to Isaiah Hedquist, the first baseman for South, batting in the 2 spot.
What do you notice about Bork so far?
Working quick.
You got it. He
Very
doesn't
quickly.
wait. He's not wasting any time.
And he's got Hedquist in a 1-2 hole. I want to say, as a longtime middle infielder, I give assist on that Derek Finley play to the grounds crew.
Yeah.
There was a long JV game here, Tom. You said it went extras? South beat North 5.
No, I guess it didn't go extras.
Didn't go
extras.
All
Tim
right.
said no.
Okay, didn't. But it was a lengthy game. They chewed up the infield. They dragged it. It's nice now.
Nice defensive play.
Ranging off the bag, Brady Mason flips it to Elias, and it is out number 2.
Good defense right there.
Not an easy play.
No, not an easy play at all.
Takes
Good
a hit
job
away.
by Bork to come over and cover the bag. I've seen in high school, you're going to see pitchers kind of hesitate sometimes. They're not sure what to do, but Bork, no hesitancy. And I wouldn't think that would get it from him the way he's working on the mound because he's working quick. So that means he's thinking. That means he's thinking quick.
River Hart takes a strike on the inside corner at the bottom of the zone and continuing to work quickly. Bork bounces that one. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to the South center fielder, River Hart.
Yeah, North ran into some tough teams this week. They played Concord, lost to them here, and they were at Londonderry yesterday, lost 8-1 in a game that was played yesterday because it was washed out on Wednesday. Swing and a miss there by River Hart.
Bork working the inside and outside corners, ahead in the count on River and that one just missed his noggin.
Oh, boy, did it. Yeah, I think it would have gotten him in the back.
So River right back into the box. Twos are wild now.
Now that's a good job by Hart right there. And if I'm South, I do that a lot, seeing as how quickly Bork is working, right?
Yep.
Step out. Yep. Step out of the box. Make him slow up. Disrupt his rhythm. Because right now he's in a rhythm.
2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Strike 3, the breaking ball. Might have been outside the zone. River goes after it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Elias Bork. And we go to the bottom of the first with no score.
Wow, that's a great pitching job by Bork. I haven't seen him this year. I've seen, I think, Andy Barry every time I've covered the Titans, because I've done them early in the week. So he's pitched well.
So North will be sending Derek Finlay, their shortstop, up first in the leadoff spot, followed by Andy Barry and Brady Sullivan hitting 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you what, if Finlay gets on base, we've seen him before, John. We saw him last year.
He'll go.
If Finlay gets he'll go. Yeah, no doubt about it.
You know, no disrespect to South's defense, the catcher Caleb Rich, but Finlay can steal on most people. I see a familiar name down in the lineup for North, Tom.
For North or South?
Is it South? The basketball player Alex Holfactor.
Yeah,
for South.
Alex will catch sometimes. He's DHing tonight.
Batting in the 7th spot. We'll see him a bit later.
It'll be Derek Finlay, Andy Barry, and Brady Sullivan due up for Nashua North here in the bottom of the first. John, will do the bottom of the first with you, and then I'll head down and do my thing with the camera.
Sounds good. Tom, I've been thinking about bunting now since I saw the 1952 World Series Game 7 final game of the series 70 years ago.
Yeah, I was there, John. So, yeah.
You know, in that game, I think it's worth mentioning, Roy Campanella and Jackie Robinson back-to-back bunt singles in the midst of that World Series game. The two numbers are out here on the wall.
Baseball is a lot different,
isn't
back
it?
then, you know?
I mean, there was Duke Snyder, who was like, I think he had 3 home runs in 2 games. His first time up in that game, Game 7, he went to bunt for a single.
Well, I covered BG Sauhegan last night, and one of the Sauhegan kids laid down a very good bunt, and BG did just as good of a job with the third baseman making the play and throwing the first.
Which leads to my question for you. Is Derek Finlay a threat to lay
one
down?
Sure, I mean, Finlay's a threat to do anything. So he's a baseball player. I mean, you can tell. Look at his actions. Look how he handled shortstop the whole
Well, if he
bit.
bunted one at the first baseman, I think
confidence.
That's hard to do, but
confidence.
Yeah, Isaiah Hedquist is playing back at first base. That's up and away, ball 1. It looks like
if there's a bunt, it's going to be Medeiros.
Medeiros
would have to field it to the other side, and then Finlay would be up to third.
Right. The 1-0 pitch. He's going to work a walk at this rate, as maybe a little bit too much adrenaline on that.
Yeah, for Nolan Medeiros, I'm sure there is. Medeiros pitched on Monday, a game that South won against Dover, and he opened. So he only pitched a couple innings.
Oh, they did the open thing.
They did an opener to get Medeiros some work. He's high again. Now he's down to the count 3-0.
Yeah, he's overthrowing that fastball.
Yep.
And you know Finley's probably going to just browse on this pitch. So look for Nolan Medeiros to groove this if he can, and he does.
He does.
Belt tie, middle. 3-1 is the count. And let's see if Derek will swing away, as I would look for Nolan to groove another one. River Hart and center, fairly shallow.
Nope.
Look out.
Off-speed pitch is not working for Medeiros at all.
Yeah, that was nowhere close. So it's a 5-pitch walk for the leadoff batter, Derek Finlay, a threat on the bases.
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. Medeiros, very deliberate to the plate. We'll see.
Zach Harris, the manager.
You can tell he's going to be looking over there a few
times. Looks
like
he already gave the sign.
Yeah.
No, bunting to the screen. The lost art of the sacrifice
There you
bunt.
go, the sacrifice bunt. But I don't know why. I don't know if I'd waste with Finlay on base. I think if he's bunting, he may be bunting for a hit.
Yeah, Dean Adams was trying to take everything away. He was
I just would not
third
bunt.
baseman pinching in.
With Finley on base, Finley can run. Look at those. He's got long legs.
And it's a right-handed pitcher. You know, you can get a better jump, right?
Exactly.
He's back to the bag. Oh, good move there by Medeiros. We saw he had a good
quick
move.
Yeah, we saw it. Didn't he pick a player off?
I think he did in the Pinkerton game. Yes, they made all kinds of base running mistakes.
That's
the
right.
Astros.
They did.
And that was one of them. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Andy Barry, again pulling it back. He was definitely intending to bunt, but it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Let's see, here you go. You've got a pitcher whose
you know
control was off with the first batter, and now he's focusing on the runner for batter number 2.
You're looking at respect here for Caleb Rich, the South catcher. That's what you're looking
see
at.
if Rich decides to fire down at first at some point.
And the move of Medeiros.
Well, you got to keep him close. I mean, because you don't want Finley, because you know Finley's got the ability to take off and steal second.
So it's 1-1. Barry has shown a willingness to bunt here. Let's see if he sticks to it. He does, and it's outside. Caleb was going to try a pickoff throw.
Yeah, see, there's the problem. They're going outside to try to give Rich a better area to throw it down to second if he has to, or throw to first.
And he doesn't have a big lead, Tom.
No, in my mind,
that ball can end up in right.
Yeah, in my
field.
mind, go at the hitter here.
Right.
You know,
because before you know it, you could have walk number 2.
Yeah, if Finley takes second, he takes second.
The 2-1 pitch on the way, and that probably was a ball, but he foul tips it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I don't get the bunt.
Yeah, so forced to hit away now, Andy Barry. Some of the better hitters I ever played with, Tom, they had the art of messing up the bunt down to a science so they could swing away. The pitch. And that's a curveball over the strike 3.
Yeah.
No argument.
Yep.
And
no
they
argument
wasted
at all.
out for the Titans. Great pitch there from Nolan Medeiros. The 3-hitter, Brady Sullivan, third baseman for North, steps in now.
Good player. Made some good defensive plays this year. Has gotten some key hits. He and Bourgeois are pretty. They've been a tough 3-4.
And that's outside.
Boy, Medeiros just all out of whack. It just seems not throwing with any rhythm. When he came off the mound that time, he just didn't seem. I mean, he kind of almost trotted off the mound after he let that pitch go.
Whatever happened to Brady Anderson, Tom? The 50 home run.
Oh, the juicer?
Remember that? Yeah, the steroid era.
Steroid era
mystery.
Yeah.
When's his tell-all coming out? I want to read that one. He went from light hitting to 50 home runs in one season.
I think Brady's living life comfortably somewhere, and he's going to stay that way.
Great athlete, but boy, that was an anomaly, let's say, to put it kindly, that season. I was at Fenway when he hit one right in front of me. I was up in the right field boxes inside the pole. Brady Sullivan's your batter, though, and he's looking at balls outside the zone. 3-0. Nolan Medeiros has, for the most part, struggled mightily with his control here in the opening frame. Threatening to put 2 runners aboard with 1 out, and that would accomplish to get a runner in scoring position. That's a strike on the outside corner.
Medeiros is going to have to do that. He's going to have to start attacking the hitters.
He certainly had a bit better command in the Pinkerton game, it would seem, but it's still early.
Very early.
Get those nerves out of the system. The pitch in the dirt.
Exactly.
2 walks.
2 walks and some base runners, and John Collins down I go.
Tom King hurry back. The cleanup hitter is Ryan Bourgeois, the catcher for North. Also a right-handed hitter. We've yet to have a lefty hitter in this game for either team, I believe. So a threat brewing here for the Nashua North Titans with 2 runners aboard. The speedy Derek Finlay at second base and the 3-hitter Brady Sullivan. That's very high, straightaway center. River Hart measuring it, has it. Finlay's going to bluff, and it's a great throw to third base by River Hart. Any runner would have been a dead duck on that play. 2 out. As Bourgeois flies to center. Colin Holbrook, the left fielder for the Titans, is their hope with 2 outs to plate a runner here or to keep the inning alive. Well, first pitch swing there by Ryan Bourgeois. Liked what he saw, but just got under it. And although I did think River Hart was playing rather shallow for a cleanup hitter, turned out he was in exactly the right spot in straightaway center. Holbrook, left-handed batter, going to work here against Nolan Medeiros. That's a curveball over the plate for strike 1. That's a pitch if you happen to be sitting on it. Very hittable and a long way. That right center gap just begging for Holbrook to pull one over the second baseman's head, and he hits it up the middle instead. Here comes the shortstop, steps on the bag. Albert De La Rosa, a nifty defensive play to save a run and keep this one scoreless as we go to the second inning. Colin Holbrook robbed of a hit. Fielder's choice unassisted. Albert De La Rosa at second base steps on the bag for out number 3. John Collins, along with Tom King, our executive producer on Nashua ETV, is Pete Johnson. Our camera crew tonight, Tim O'Neill and Michaela Savaggio of Nashua High North. We welcome Michaela to the lens once again. Thank you for being here, and good luck in your career in this industry. I think you'll do great. It's only going to get bigger and better, and more things are going to be on camera. More games are going to be telecast at all levels going forward into the future, I'm sure, with the advances in technology. Speaking of that, the advances in technology, umpires, the whole debate about the robot umpire and whether it would be good or bad for baseball going forward. I just saw another John Boy video. I think our younger viewers know exactly who John Boy is on YouTube. He does a ton of videos on all sports. Great lip reader. I saw a great one a couple hours ago with Aaron Judge at the plate and Aaron Boone, his manager, in the dugout, and the umpire's name escapes me. The home plate umpire was giving generous strike calls to the pitcher low, below the zone. Aaron Judge about 6'6" or 6'7", and the key phrase was "make the adjustment." And Aaron Boone got thrown out of the game for shouting that at the umpire. And they ended up shouting it at each other from a very close distance, almost were spitting on each other by accident. You make the adjustment. It reminded me of that scene in A Few Good Men where you can't handle the truth. Did you order the code red? It was like that, but it was you make the adjustment. Booney, you make the adjustment, umpire. Meaning the adjustment to a 6'7" batter's strike zone. First pitch fouled off to the left. This one's going to be gloved just a step into foul territory by third baseman Brady Sullivan. He was in the right spot, well positioned, as fighting that ball off was Adam Dean. Lined softly to the third baseman for out number 1. Hunter Ward getting his first at-bat of the game against Elias. Sees a ball outside. Elias Bork working very quickly. The 1-0 is fouled at the plate. Ward had a good cut at that. Fouled it straight down into the box. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the second inning here. At Holman, the pitch is fouled. That was high heat, probably above the strike zone. Ward almost timed that up, but that was a tall task, literally, and he couldn't put it in play. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elias Bork kicks and throws. That's way up and away, and springing out of his crouch to glove that one was Ryan Bourgeois, his brother in center. That ball is hit to the second baseman off his chest. Recovers, not in time, hustling all the way. Hunter Ward is in there at first base. So So it brings up Jason Tejada, Jake O'Connor, excuse me, the left fielder, is batting with 1 out and 1 on here in the second inning. That'll be an error charge to the second baseman of North. O'Connor looks at a strike, and the pitch is outside. Ryan Bourgeois. Jordan Racinen Andino is the center fielder. He's playing medium depth and just a tad to the pull side for Jake O'Connor. Left fielder in his first at bat here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 pitch on the way, and he swings and misses. Strike 3. Tied him up. Pretty much unhittable there for O'Connor. And a key strikeout. 2 outs now. Still a runner at first base as Elias Bork pitching beyond that error by his infielder, looking for that basically 4th out here in this inning. Going to work against Alex Holfactor. Talented young athlete, plays basketball very well for this South team. Off the end of the bat, a mile in the air, maybe a foul ball. It is, where it's gloved by North's left fielder Colin Holbrook has it. So it's a 1-2-3-4 inning. The would-be unearned run stranded at first base, still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second. North earns another crack at the bat to score first as Nolan Medeiros goes back to the mound for South. Somehow I did get caught up in watching that entire 1952 Game 7. The Yankees against the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. The Brooklyn team was home. Of course, Yankees were the Brooklyn Dodgers' nemesis for so many years, and they finally broke through. The Dodgers did, and won it in 1955. Dem Bums, as they were nicknamed. Doris Kearns Goodwin, the famous historian, huge Brooklyn Dodgers fan. And if you ever have a chance, if you like to read baseball books, her book about the Dodgers finally winning the World Series, really a book about her childhood in Brooklyn, is one of the best baseball reads you can ever get your hands on. I highly recommend that. Doris Kearns Goodwin, a biographer of Lyndon Johnson, the president. I think she worked for him at one point in the 1960s, and national treasure. I think she's still with us. So there's a tidbit for you on the Nashua ETV, the education station. Game-winning hit in that 1952 World Series, by the way. Who else? A solo homer to right by Mickey Mantle to break a 2-2 tie, and the Yankees went on to win the game 4-2. Probably Gil Hodges blamed himself for that, because he was 0 for 21 in that series after going 0 for 4 in the last 4 games of the regular season for the Brooklyn Dodgers. A star player for Brooklyn, really, but just didn't have it in 1952 postseason. 1 ball and no strikes, the count. Hit very hard to the gap, and it's going to get down for extra bases. Great piece of hitting there by Brady Mason, who's going to lumber into second. That one got to the wall quickly. It's a leadoff double for the Titans' first baseman. That's a shot that David Ortiz would have been proud of, as it was a low heater away, and he just nailed it on a line. It was Gap City from contact. Runner in scoring position now for the Titans, and here is Jason Tejada, the designated hitter for North, with his first look at Nolan Medeiros tonight. Friday night baseball here at Holman. Tejeda takes a pitch right in the heart of the plate for strike one. 0-1 is the count. So a runner in scoring position. Brady Mason. Slow curveball stays up and away to Tejeda. He's designated hitting for the Titans second baseman Connor Ross. Elias Bork, the starting pitcher for the Titans, will hit. He's in the on-deck circle, or in the on-deck dugout, I should say. I don't actually see him. Oh, there he is. Yes, he is out in front of the dugout. Strike two. Nolan Medeiros ahead of the hitter. Trying to keep this game scoreless despite the leadoff double here in this inning. Misses up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tejeda didn't even consider swinging at that one. Medeiros works fairly quickly considering there's a man on base, but not as quickly as Bork. That one bends over the inside of the batter's box, but not the plate, fortunately for Tejeda, who's still up there. The umpire certainly took a long look at that front door curve, but called it inside. The payoff pitch, 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The heat right on the borderline of the plate, tied Tejeda up, couldn't get the bat to it, and that is the first out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for Nolan Medeiros. Elias Bork, the starting pitcher for the Titans, steps in there, and he can give himself the lead with a single here. Curveball up and away, maybe an outfield single, although maybe if you hit it to River Hart, he would throw out the runner at home plate. Brady Mason, who hit that double to left center, didn't even think about making it a triple. He doesn't appear to be a speedster at first glance, and River Hart has a tremendous throwing arm in center, so it might take more than one hit to get a run home, depending on what Elias Bork can produce here. With 1 out, he takes a strike on the inside corner at the knees, and looking a little bit lame coming up after that pitch was yeah, they might have a mound visit here. And Nolan Medeiros says I'm fine after being slow to get up there. I recovered. Went into a deep crouch after the pitch and looked to be hurting in some way. Momentarily only, though. A quick visit, and we'll be right back at it here. A little bit of discomfort maybe on the landing foot for Medeiros. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 runner in scoring position. Brady Mason. Lights are on here at historic Holman Stadium. Friday night baseball. Friday before Mother's Day. Just misses the outside corner. Great crowd on hand here at historic Holman Stadium for this high school baseball game. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Might have been foul tipped into the mitt. Same result. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Very, very conservative lead off of second base for Brady Mason, as he's got the strike 3. Another strikeout for Nolan Medeiros, 2 in this inning. And he will face the 9-hitter now, Jordan Racinen Andino, with a chance to get out of this inning scoreless as well. Jordan's first time up in this game, batting here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Medeiros checks the base runner. Slow curve stays up, ball 1. Hunter Ward, the second baseman, is best friends all of a sudden with Brady Mason out there, not really giving him any chance to take a lead. And even with 2 outs, it might be difficult to score from second base for Brady Mason if there's a base hit, if there's a single here from Jordan Racinen Andino. Jordan got tied up, fouls that one back to the on-deck circle. It's 1-1. Temperature expected to drop into the 40s later tonight. It's in the mid to lower 50s right now. 7 o'clock start to this one. It followed the JV game as part of the Battle of the Bridge. JV game won by South 5-4. They've got tennis tomorrow as part of the closing out of the intra-city competition between South and North. Timeout call by Jordan, and both parties will reset and get set to do the 1-2 pitch. Who will score that elusive first run? 0-0 game for now. That one hits him. Very little movement by the batter. Strike 3 called. They're going to say, the umpire's going to say he was going to call that pitch a strike. And it was headed for the strike zone. It is arguable that it was on the inside corner. Zach Harris does not like the call whatsoever, but Jordan Racinen strikes out, and after the leadoff double, Nolan Medeiros ends up striking out the side. Zach Harris almost wants the umpire to come over and show him where that pitch was headed, but the ump told him, I think verbally, I was going to call that a strike. And/or Jordan didn't do anything to get out of the way of it. A ball headed toward the strike zone. A call that you do not see quite that often. But as a left-handed batter facing a lot of left-handed junk ball pitchers, I see it begged for quite a bit. That front door curve that starts at you and breaks over the inside corner. Every once in a while it'll graze the left-handed batter, and the pitcher will say, that was a strike. He's in the zone. Well, that time the umpire ruled that exact thing, and it is out number 3, all by way of the K. So 4 strikeouts through 2 innings for Nolan Medeiros. Back to the hill and back to the top of the inning for South. It's their 3rd time up. Caleb Rich, the South catcher, up there, leadoff duty here in the top of the 3rd inning. Looks at a strike on the outside corner, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Elias Bork works almost as fast as an Iron Mike pitching machine. This one's off the end of the bat to center. Taking 1 step back and then stepping forward was Jordan Racinen Andino. Perfectly positioned, out number 1. Leo Capico, the South right fielder, with his first at-bat of the game. Right-handed hitter. We've had a few balls go off the end of the bat here on Elias Bork. The end of the preceding inning, Alex Holfacker flied out very high to medium left, a step foul, and that was off the end of the bat. It brought a rise out of the crowd for a moment. They thought maybe he got one, and you've got only a 307-foot pot shot down the left field line here at Holman. If you can direct your shot in any way, that's where you would want to go, but that one certainly didn't find the barrel on Holfacker. That's a swing and a miss, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Elias Bork making quick work of the bottom of the order, Caleb Rich and Leo Capico. A fly to center and a swinging strikeout. 1 strikeout per inning so far for Elias Bork. He's got 3, and it's back to the top of the order, and the ever dangerous Albert De La Rosa. Big swing, and he carves one off into foul territory out of play. 1 strike. Albert De La Rosa will take a hack at that first pitch if he likes it, as he did there, but it's 0-1 now with nobody aboard and 2 out. That was a ball outside and low. Albert De La Rosa hit a home run in our last telecast here on Nashua TV. That's very high and playable. Right side, drifting into foul territory and making the play was Connor Ross. Out number 3 and a big out. Elias Bork thanking his second baseman for ranging over there into foul territory and limiting the number of pitches that he had to throw to Albert De La Rosa. A 1-2-3 inning for the North pitcher, and we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here at Holman. North with a great start to the season. Well, actually, if you discount the first 2 games, they were 0-2 before they had that come to Zach meeting in the classroom. Zach Harris, the head coach, calling the team together, and they went on a 6-win roll after that. They were 6-2 at one point before running into a couple of tough teams. 6-4 record overall for the Titans. South showed what a great team they had in that epic battle against Pinkerton. The extra inning loss it turned out to be, but a lot of talent on this South team, starting with this pitcher Nolan Medeiros. Great pitcher and a big stage here on a Friday night in front of a lot of people. This might even be, I guess you'd have to ask Nolan, the biggest crowd he's ever played in front of. By happenstance here in this regular season game, as he throws his warm-up tosses to Caleb Rich. So it will be Derek Finlay strolling to the plate. Nolan Medeiros has struck out the last 3 batters he faced in a row. That was the 7, 8, 9 part of the lineup, but now he's got to deal with Finlay, who had a 5-pitch walk to start things off in the bottom of the first inning. Let's see if Finlay gets anything to hit this time up from Medeiros, who rocks and throws. Big swing and a miss. Finlay first pitch hunting. Great location there by Medeiros. That was no cookie. On the outside corner, 0-1 is the count. The pitch takes something off. Breaking ball low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The South defense straight away at all positions, just about. River Hart is maybe a step to the pull side or 2 steps in center field. And I want to say fairly shallow in left. Jake O'Connor for a very good hitter. What do we have? The pointing to the outfield, left field wall area. There's some kids sitting on the brick wall. Yep. That's a no-no. So we'll do the 2-1 pitch to Derek Finlay from Nolan Medeiros. Finlay leading off here in the third. Way outside to the backstop. 3 balls and 1 strike. Caleb Rich got a glove on it, but nobody on base, so no problem. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Respecting Finlay's speed, Dean Adams, the third baseman for South, even in a hitter's count at 3-1, was trying to take the bunt away as he was inching in on the grass. He's still there, actually, in case Finlay tries a 2-strike bunt. Payoff pitch on the way. Big pitch here, as you know, South wants to keep Finlay off the bases, leading off an inning. That's high. Strike 3 called, a delayed call. You knew it was borderline. Finlay was at least a third of the way down to first before the umpire gave him the bad news. And that is 4 strikeouts in a row for Nolan Medeiros. 5 in the game as he does his Liam Doyle impression here. Liam Doyle, who struck out 17 for the Astros when these two faced off in our last telecast here at Holman. Medeiros piling up the Ks all of a sudden. Andy Barry was his first strikeout victim in the first inning. First of 5. 2 balls and no strikes. I launch into a monologue about strikeouts and immediately throws 3 balls in a row. 3-0 is the count to Andy Barry. So Medeiros has to come all the way back if he's to avoid putting on a base runner here with 1 out in the 3rd in a scoreless game. Right down the middle, about knee high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Let's see if Barry wants to make some noise here on the 3-1 count. No problem taking that one. That was an easy decision as it was at least a foot outside. And that is a 5-pitch walk for Barry. 2nd walk of the game. Oh, 3rd walk of the game. He walked 2 in that 1st inning, did Medeiros. So the 3-hitter Brady Sullivan with a great opportunity here. He walked his first time up. The pitch in the dirt. Great block by Caleb Rich. No rebound whatsoever. Hockey reference for you in the midst of the Stanley Cup playoffs. No opportunity for Barry to scamper down to second. 1-0. There it goes. Throw to second is a little high, but a great jump, and he had it stolen no matter what, did Andy Barry, in scoring position with 1 out. There was a slow breaking ball on top of a great jump. Barry had the base stolen. He picked a great pitch to go on, and the count is 1-1 for the 3-hitter Brady Sullivan. Medeiros with the inside move, very short lead off the second, and no middle infielder really threatening to tag him out. Just kind of keeping him honest there. The 1-1 pitch, slow breaker up to Sullivan. You know, he's in the 3 spot in the order for a reason. A batter who can do damage in a great spot here to plate the first run of the game. Fouls it off to the right. That was challenge time from Nolan Medeiros. He came right after Sullivan with a fastball down the middle. And he inside outed it out of play to our right. It's one of those games where you have to be on alert in the stands. There's not all that many empty seats if one goes in to the stands with some pace, as has happened here already a couple of times in this one. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Another brilliant pitch from Nolan Medeiros freezes the batter. He has struck out 5 of his last 6. Good hitters, too. Finley and Sullivan, the 1-3 batters, going down in this inning. He's gotten all 3 of the top of the order of North at least once with a K. 2 outs, still a runner at second, and the batter, cleanup hitter Ryan Bourgeois. He first pitch swung last time up, and he does it again, but he's alive still. In the first at bat, he flied out to center on the first pitch. This is fouled off to the third base side. Strike, another front door curve. He is freezing batters all kinds of ways with that curveball that starts out at the right-handed hitter. They freeze and it hits the inside corner for a called strike. He tries it again, and it's going to be popped to the first baseman harmlessly to end the inning. Just a jam job pop-up and a brilliant pitching display by Medeiros after allowing, before and after allowing the walk and the stolen base. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 0-0 the score here at Holman. I think the temperature just fell 5 degrees in 1 minute. Felt like. Watch the Angels-Red Sox game yesterday in beautiful weather at Fenway Park, by the way. It was an afternoon game, and I think it was Walsh that had himself a day for the Angels, a 2-run homer inside the pesky pole. And his next time up, he had men on second and third. I think there was 2 out, and he hit this jam job end of the bat deal that went into no man's land in left field for a 2-run single. Just as damaging as his 2-run homer, and that's when you know you're going well. In that case right there, Bourgeois and North, no such luck. That ball falls, that ball goes far enough over the first baseman. Isaiah Hedquist's head, and that's a run. That'll plate the runner from second base easily, and it will be our first run of the game. But no, we're scoreless here as we move to the bottom of the third. Batting for South will be Isaiah Hedquist, River Hart, and Adam Dean, the 2-3-4 hitters. De La Rosa was retired on a pop-up the opposite way, jam job for the final out of the second inning for South. So let's see if the Panthers can get anything going with the top order guys up there, 2-3-4. Hedquist grounded out to second his first time up. He almost did it again. A pitch away, fouls it off the end of the bat. A lot of strikes being thrown here by Elias Bork, the starting pitcher for North. He has not walked anybody. Matter of fact, he's pitched 1 batter over the minimum. The only base runner reached on an error. He's got a no-no going. Strike 1 and 2 is the count on Isaiah Hedquist. Elias Bork kicks and throws, and it's fisted foul. Third base coach might have a play. Goes underneath Zach Harris, or the South third base coach. 1-2. Bork working as quickly as he gets a new ball, which he'll need another one after that one is also fouled off, fought off by Hedquist. One hit in the game. That was a double by Brady Mason of North, and that's been it. Masterful pitching so far by starters Elias Bork right here and Nolan Medeiros for South. Off the end of the bat, the netting behind home plate just high enough to save us all, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Isaiah. Just gets a piece to stay alive in this at bat. Isaiah Hedquist trying to borrow Aaron Boone's words, make the adjustment to the fine pitching of Elias Bork. Good take there. Ball was low all the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Top to the shortstop. Finley has it. The gun in time. Perfect throw. Chest high to Brady Mason for out number 1. And again, I'm impressed with this grounds crew here at Holman Stadium. As a shortstop, you see that ball come at you off an aluminum bat. A worm killer, as they say. Multi-bouncer. A lot of things could go wrong. Bad hop maybe built in. And it seemed to go true into the glove of Derek Finlay without a bad hop involved. First pitch strike to River Hart. Looks at one outside to the backstop it goes. River Hart to be followed by Dean Adams. Big swing. River fouls that one off of the railing behind home plate. Never put your fingers in between the netting and the railing here at Holman Stadium because of that reason right there. remarkable seat here at Holman Stadium. If you've ever been here for a game, especially the pro levels, it's just amazing. If you sit in the front row behind home plate at Holman, you are about, I'd say, 50% closer to home plate than the pitcher is. You are right in the action almost. 1-2 pitch. That's high off the top of the glove of Ryan Bourgeois to the backstop. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good take by River Hart. Bearing down here, trying to start something for his team with 1 out. Tomahawks that one. Very high, very deep to left center. It's a long run, and it is caught against the wall. Jordan Racinen and Dino takes extra bases away from River Hart, his counterpart center fielder, and one of the best catches you will see at the high school level. What a play. At twilight on top of it, not an easy ball to see. River Hart, you put a charge into that ball, and maybe in the summer, in the warmer conditions, that ball drifts out of here easily off the home run billboards, but it stayed in the park, and you could see the wall move. It appeared when Jordan hit it as he caught it. Terrific catch by the center fielder in a still scoreless game here at Holman. Crowd is still buzzing about that catch. Adam Dean with a tough act to follow. He drives it. A little bit of a late break for Jordan this time, and he makes this play. Jordan Racinen and Dino having themselves a Willie Mays inning out there in center. Remarkable. And it is out number 3 the hard way. South with about, I'd say about 360 feet. Maybe make that about 380 feet average on those 2 outs right there. 2 loud and long outs by Adam Dean and by River Hart. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 0-0 with North coming up to bat. How'd you do on that, Michaela Savageau? Was that tough to cover? I mean, that's professional grade play right there. I mean, to focus in on the wall, not an easy play for our freshman cameraman either here on Nashua ETV. I'm sure a lot of people here at Holman lost sight of that ball at mid-flight. I mean, it is not yet completely dark in the skies above Holman Stadium, and that ball was up there. That was a fastball, I'd say a few inches above the strike zone, and River Hart, you could just sense he was bearing down in that at bat, and he just about got all of it. Just to get to that ball took a tremendous amount of skill. And he squared it up, and I don't really know how Jordan tracked that down. That was a brilliant center field play.
Now, he's done it before coming in, and I've seen him go out and get a couple, but, you know, not like that. He had to really get a good jump on the ball, John Collins, and he eyed it the whole way.
He did.
Yeah, you watch the outfielder, you see it, you know, you can have an idea whether he's going to get it or not, and he certainly gave himself a better than average chance. Now, the call against him at the plate was because he was in
the strike zone, right?
Cy Tevitt said he leaned into it, the umpire.
I wouldn't say he did. He did a statue thing, but I thought he called it because it might have been a strike.
It was a strike, you know, according to Tevitt, but he called him out for leaning into it.
Okay.
James Guy told the North staff, he said, I was going to argue. He said, you guys should have argued it was a foul ball. So, but that was the call. Leaned into it.
Well, that's interesting that he would make that distinction between he leaned into it and he was going to call it a strike, but he called him out because he leaned into it. Isn't there a rule that if you're in the strike zone as a batter, you can be called out anyway?
Well,
leaning or not?
Well, the thing is yeah, exactly, but he didn't make an effort to get out of the way.
Yeah. I thought it was the right call.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell from my angle. I'm way
Yeah.
down by the third base side, so you can't really tell.
It was a fearless play by
One
Antino,
thing
man.
I-
He just let
one
that
thing
thing
I can
strike
tell.
3 call.
Yeah, one thing I can tell is with Medeiros is the breaking ball just isn't quite working for him. So in my mind, when he starts to gun that fastball, you know, that's his deal. When he starts to try to change speeds a little bit, doesn't quite have the same command. It's not working the way we've seen it work in the past.
Brady Mason drilled a double to left center field for the only hit of this game, his last time up. A great piece of hitting, but he was stranded at second base because Nolan Medeiros is doing his Liam Doyle impression and just piling up the strikeouts.
Right. Because, I mean, he's thrown a lot of pitches, though, much more than Bork. Now, Bork got a little bit behind in the hitter's last inning. I think he got out of his rhythm somehow.
Little conversation here.
Yeah, exactly.
How you want to handle this dangerous hitter on 2-0, this big lefty
Well, that's the thing is, you know.
who's seeing the ball good off of.
And the pitch that he hit seemed to me
Medeiros.
to be one that Bork hung. I don't remember it being a real hard fastball. I mean, not Bork, but Medeiros
Mason.
hung. If Medeiros wants to get you out, yeah, that's a nice pitch.
That's a nice pitch.
That's
diving down and into the left-handed hitter batter, and in a fastball count, Tom, right there. He just got fooled. The 2-1 on the way. Another breaking ball, and is going to get a strike call on that one.
It's snapping now. It's much better than it was early in the game. Early in the game, those pitches were in the dirt and not hittable, and hitters wouldn't even chase it.
The 2-2 pitch.
Another one.
Oh, I was going to say.
My.
And, you know, Caleb Rich is looking, the catcher's looking back at the umpire.
He's talking to him.
Yeah,
he's
he thought it got
tennis,
to the bottom of the zone, but I think it was a change.
This is my second night in a row with Cy behind the plate. I saw Cy last night, yeah. The Alvern groundskeeper.
I got to ask you, Tom, have you seen the clip of Aaron Judge and Aaron Boone and make the adjustment?
I haven't.
Oh, boy, you got to check that one out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So that's going to be. Oh, he says he didn't go. And I think if you had an umpire at third, he'd be. They call it no swing.
Oh, boy. He certainly looked like he.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly looked like he went there.
I think the camera wouldn't lie on that one from up here, too, Tom.
I bet.
Yeah, Brady's fortunate to be on base. He is perfect on the night. He's got a double now, a walk with 1 out. So no umpire at third. That played a role. That was a factor right there. No umpire to appeal to on the check swing by the lefty batter.
And Medeiros set the tone when he struck Tejada out right after giving up the double last time that these two were up back to back in the second inning. If I'm North,
0-1 pitch.
You know, these teams, they got to start running some
sizzling ground ball is gloved by the third baseman and goes to second for the out. What a terrific play by Dean Adams.
Yeah, great stretch. Great play at third. Great stretch at second. Good defensive play.
Adams took away a possible extra base hit there. Could have very well been second and third with 1 out if he lets that one get by.
That is a fabulous play at third on a sizzling hit.
Tom, we were talking about how important it is to make the plays at the high school level. We've seen nothing but plays being made since this game started. There was 1 error at second, but it didn't hurt Elias Bork. Otherwise, there's been some defensive gems in this one. Derek Finlay with great play at shortstop.
And only one runner at first has tried to advance on a stolen base.
Yes. We've had 1 steal. So 0-1 is the count.
I say we're going to see. Well, he's not.
Bork.
Yeah.
Chases 1. 0-2.
Tejada's at first. I don't think he's going to
run.
Well, usually when they hit that corner flap, right?
Yeah.
That's when they start to. That's when you know they're going to go.
Yeah, you really wouldn't bother risking that big a lead unless you had a design zone going.
Right, so he doesn't have much.
It's kind of reduced it a little bit.
Yeah,
you got to respect the move of Medeiros.
Yep. 1-2 count, 2.
And again,
yeah,
fishing.
There we go. Boy, I'll tell you, this is a well-pitched baseball game.
Wow.
Yeah.
including by the guy that just struck out. Elias Bork goes down swinging.
Exactly. You know, the two good pitchers,
8
good defense.
Strikeouts for Medeiros.
It's just a this is quite the game. But this is the second time. I mean, second night in a row I've seen a good strikeout artist on the mound.
Yeah. It seems like when Nolan Medeiros is involved, good games just happen. That's my experience anyway, so far in 2022. Yeah, in that game, it was on John Boy Media. He was reading lips, but it was pretty clear that he was dead on. Aaron Boone was yelling at the home plate umpire, the major league umpire.
Yeah, I saw that he was saying. I heard that he said make the adjustment.
He's 6'7".
Interesting commentary by Harold Reynolds in an interview with WFAN about Boone, saying that Boone probably wouldn't have come back if he didn't get some concessions from the front office to leave him alone and let him manage. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Why did I just think of Billy Martin immediately when you said that?
No doubt about it. You know, I miss those days. Those Billy Martin days were just fabulous.
I mean, the baseball was great, but the drama and the entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Boone's trying to bring it back, though. Credit to him. He's just trying a little bit to bring it back. But don't worry about the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry this year.
You never know. It's a long season, John
I guess
Collins.
it is.
Long season.
I looked at that lineup, said 10 runs a game. They're flirting with getting no hit every night, said the disgruntled Red Sox fan early in the season.
Long season.
Yeah, it is. All right. So.
And don't forget Sunday's game's a 11:30 game, noontime.
Why? I didn't know that.
NBC is televising Sunday games.
First pitch swinging and fouling it down the line.
They're televising Sunday games. Actually, well, they're televising them. This one will be on over-the-air TV. After this week, they'll be streamed on Peacock. And they're all Sunday morning games, 11:30 noontime starts usually.
Players must love that.
That's what I said. The players are going to hate it. You know, it's so. Yep, eight games I think.
Wow.
8 games as NBC has gotten into the back doing baseball again. But not your typical. We grew up with the NBC game of the week.
Yes, we did. I love that
Kurt Gowdy
game.
and Tony Kubek.
Yes, and Garagiola did it too.
Garagiola did it, yeah.
Yeah,
no, it was great.
The first time I ever saw Wrigley Field was on that game.
This is going to be caught.
Oh, he lost it. He can't see it.
Can't see
it hit the railing.
Yeah.
It hit the railing. And you know, Brady Mason, he's a big boy.
But he lost it completely.
Yeah, he would have easily been able to catch that if he was able to find it.
He sure
and you know
would
what? Rewind to that catch by Jordan Racing and Odino in center, and I was talking about just the feat of being, you said he tracked it perfectly.
He tracked it. He knew where it was.
He's got super eyesight. I mean, that was a twilight shot by
He is
River
a
Hart.
good athlete and a good defensive center fielder.
And you could see right there, Brady Mason just lost that from the get-go, and it actually hit the railing over there. And that reminded me of DJ Boston's play, Tom, for the old Nashua Pride about 22 years ago.
And when you had a lot of people standing over there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He reaches over, he catches it, and he throws the guy out at home plate for the double play.
But they can't take advantage of it. Well, they might,
and
they do.
Did.
2 mistakes on one hitter.
Bugaboo raises its head here in a 0-0 game.
Yep. That's going to be an E2. Strikeout, E2.
Strikeout, and he E2. Puts the runner on base. Hustling all the way, by the way. Hunter Ward put the pressure on Ryan Bourgeois to hurry his throw. And it was too tough of a chance, really, for Brady Mason over there with the big stretch.
So let's see now if Ward is going to run.
Jake O'Connor takes a strike. Some signs are definitely being flashed down here in the third base coach's box, Tom. Oh, there's a quick throw to first.
Oh, they had him leaning there.
They did. You know, that's savvy pitching right there. You kind of time it. You haven't thrown over there in a while, and he was right in the midst of taking his lead.
Well, what this does is it disrupts Bork's rhythm.
Ward is not going and just
South
waving at
that.
that.
South does not have, but that's the second batter in a row that's waved at that outside pitch.
Yeah.
They've got to be more selective.
Yeah, Elias Ward
They've got to
get a mound visit.
They've got to have Elias Bork. They've got to make him throw some pitches.
Yeah.
So now what they're talking about is the strategy with the base runner.
Interesting way that the base runner set up, Tom. Hunter Ward at first. I've seen a lot of. We saw Ricky Henderson steal a base at this field. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
The Atlantic League All-Star game. In the All-Star game.
Ricky Henderson at Holman Stadium. Imagine that, huh?
Yes.
It's amazing.
He went back to the major leagues after that.
Yes,
Played
he did.
for the Dodgers.
Played the Dodgers. Didn't he also play for the Padres too? I think.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
I think he did.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, he stole a second base, and I just got goosebumps when I saw him do it because he was still good, still the master of getting that low stance and that first step.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the last night that Holman Stadium's seen a crowd of 4,000.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Remember the name of the catcher? He was on the Nashua Pride. Big guy.
Damian Sapp.
Yes, Damian Sapp.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually Sapp, I think, threw him out at home because the ground ball to the second baseman, flipped to for one, and then the return throw not in time, hustling all the way. Jake O'Connor stays out of the double play. 1 out. Good attempt at a turn by Connor Ross and Derek Finlay in the middle.
Tough to turn two in high school baseball. A little bit speed.
Unless it's a one-hopper, maybe.
Got some speed.
Yeah.
It's got to be perfect. Now
So
there's one out, takes some pressure off.
Here's Holfacker, who had a good swing his first time up, flied out off the end of the bat.
So now you get a different runner.
Oh, yeah, you
do. But
now you got O'Connor, who just showed speed going down the line.
Again, in this game, I think you got to make something happen.
I think you got to take a chance, Tom.
You really do.
That pitch right there would have been tough to throw somebody out on.
Sure
it was
would have
blowing
been.
Away, and
a lot of Bork's pitches have been away in this inning.
Yeah.
So if I'm South, I mean South's got to get aggressive. They can't rely on their hitters.
And he dives back, and he is safe. And the umpire had to think about it.
He was safe. I saw his hand get in there.
The umpire
I think he did too.
Thought about it.
Well, that's a tough call from him.
Yeah, you got to be sure you're going to call him out there. A little bit less of a lead now.
Exactly. He wasn't going on that
Strike
pitch.
on the inside corner. That's pitching right there. You take a step off the lead, make the guy a little bit more fearful about leading off the bag, and then you hit the inside corner on Hulfacker. 1-1. Bork still working quickly. Line drive, base hit down the line. That's trouble.
Third.
All the way to third base. Hulfacker is going to be into second easily. Great piece of hitting by Alex.
Absolutely good piece of hitting. We said that Bork was throwing away to these hitters, and Hulfacker knew it and went with it and gets the ball down inside the right field line all the way down for a double. And you got to field that cleanly in right field, otherwise you're going to allow the runner to score. And they did just that. They fielded it cleanly. Now you got second and third, and the infield is playing in.
Ground ball to the shortstop's going to play to run. Only one play to first base. It's 1-0. South
Finley
in the
was
lead.
not in on the grass.
Not really.
No, he was in a few steps, but not far enough.
That took him up the middle.
Yep, exactly.
So it's an RBI for Caleb Rich. Gets the job done with the ground out to the shortstop. Bidding for a base hit up the middle. Finley did a good job to get to that. I mean, you could be playing a right-handed batter to pull a little more, and that's a base hit all day. But he was able to get to it.
You're down in the order too. So
late swing.
Yeah, you're down. Yeah, late swing, but you're also down in the batting order. So you're probably not going to, you're not going to get as much pull from the lower hitters as you are from the guys that are in the middle of the order. I don't think.
Well, somebody should tell Leo Capico he's the 9-hitter because he just took a couple of Aaron Judge cuts right there. 0-2 and strike 3 as he tried to get that high heat and couldn't get to it. So big strikeout. What big run?
Big run. Hulfacker did the job.
Yes, he did.
Didn't get the RBI, but his double made the difference. And we've played 4.5 here at historic Holman Stadium. Nashua North, Nashua South. Battle of the Bridge. South up 1-0.
Elias Bork pitching Alex Hulfacker away, and he made the adjustment.
Well, let's see what Medeiros does with that one-run lead. We saw South take a one-run lead against Pinkerton, and
didn't we ever?
All of a sudden.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, my prediction is we probably won't see a home run right here to tie it up, but you might see a manufactured run.
Resident Andino, who may try to bunt his way on. You've got Finley up, and you've got Barry. So you've got some ball players coming up here for Nashua North.
9-1-2 in the order for the Titans.
So Medeiros is going to have to see the middle of that order a third time.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he handles it. We'll see how he handles Resident Andino, who was called out for leaning into a pitch his last time up.
One of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You had 8. You had 8.
I do have 8.
Yep.
And yes, he was one of the 8.
Yeah, that goes down as a strikeout, right? Yeah, it does.
It does,
definitely.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a 2-strike call, and he almost has a strikeout of everybody in the order. Brady Mason hasn't struck out, the big lefty batter, and also
I'll tell you what, though.
Ryan Bourgeois.
We'll go back to Bork.
Yeah.
Nashua South knew nothing about him. They had not seen him. They really didn't know him. So
the elusive Elias.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is when you see a pitcher that you don't know much about, you don't have a scouting report on, because they do scout. I see people in the stands from other coaches or other players watching guys play, and so.
And it's J. Ray, Jordan, Racinen, and Dino drawing leadoff duty here in the 5th inning.
Good football player. Seen him play football. Got some speed.
Remember the name, yeah. Receiver?
Yeah, kind of slot,
Slot guy,
multi-purpose. I don't know if anybody's just one
wide
thing anymore
receiver.
in high school
Yeah, you're
football,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
Do a whole multitude of things.
Great pitch right there, by the way, by Medeiros.
Yeah, it was.
The 1-1. That's a strike, is it? No.
No, outside.
Wow.
No,
he wanted that call, you can tell.
Yeah, I just think that was a little bit too much.
It was.
2-1 now.
Yeah, that was Greg Maddox's strike.
In my mind, why?
Yeah. That just ties him up.
And
you got to get out of the way. Throw to first. Not in time. Oh!
Got him! Oh, my! Oh, they don't like the play at first base again. Oh, boy.
Oh, there's nothing you can do, though. He's not going to take it back.
There's no replay, and Zach Harris coming out to argue the call.
Racing and Andino's going to pretend there's a replay. Dream of the day that they'll
Zach
have it at the
Harris is going to say, go check with Cy Tebbets.
Oh, really? Will Cy do that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Wants that call. And the umpire is going to say, I saw it cleanly. I was right there. I don't see how you could have a guy at home plate try to overrule a guy who's 2 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, he had a clean look at it.
Exactly.
So.
Why talk about it? He just tells him out. Yep, says out.
Yeah. Cy is he's not about showing up his fellow umpire. I think that's what he felt that would happen there.
Yeah,
even if he had an inkling that he got the call wrong, if he's not 100% correct.
That's a bang play. And you know what, John? I got to see it again.
We could be wrong.
Naked eye thought he had it.
I think naked eye,
safe.
I think you and
naked eye
about 90% of the people here.
Right. Naked
and
eye
our cameraman Tim O'Neill.
Naked eye said he's safe, but not the case. But lost in that is a nice play by Adams.
Hey, Tim physically cringed.
Was that Adams?
When he
Adams
saw
made
that call.
Adams made the throw, right? I think it was Adams, 5-3.
Yeah, it was Adams. And Nolan almost got in his way. Actually, he kind of did get in his way. Because that's a play you got to do or die.
See, it was a great pitch by Medeiros, but when it stayed fair, I said, that's that's.
I can't believe that didn't hit his hands. I mean, that was so far down the bat.
Raisin Andino's going to beat this out, and
he should be on base right now. In my opinion, leadoff batter aboard. But here's Medeiros working for out number 2.
Well, the thing is now, North's had 2 calls against Raisin Andino. They've got to forget about it.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah. And you've got a real good, hitter up there in Finley.
Yeah, and you know what? Medeiros would love to make this Finley's final at bat of the night if he can. The pitch.
Ooh.
Curveball stays up.
Yeah, see, I think if you're going to pitch to Finley,
nobody on base.
Yeah, but I'm saying when you're pitching to Finley, I just think challenge him with your best stuff. He's their best player overall, I think. And that's,
second walk for Finley tonight.
Yeah, and that's
in
not what you
a
want to do.
1-1 game, that is not what you want to do.
No, you threw too much off speed.
And Tom, he's got to go.
Think so.
1 out.
I think what you got to do here is either he's going to go with Barry or you're going to do hit and run, one or the other.
He tried to bunt, did Andy Barry, unsuccessfully in the first inning in this very situation.
And then drew a walk his next time up.
Actually, not the same situation. There was nobody out, but here he goes. Oh, look out. Right over his head.
Medeiros needs to shorten his stride and just fire it. He's got a great fastball. North has not caught up to it. It's when he takes something off. It's when he takes something off his pitches that he's had problems.
He's going to throw over.
Well, you know what? You got to be careful too throwing over because how many times do we see the ball?
And now Finley's going to take a bigger lead and he's going to throw over again. Nope.
Nice pitch.
Oh, wow. That is pitching. That is mound presence right there. You hold the runner and you go a change up, straight change on the outside corner, strike one. Mixing it up.
Shorter lead for Finley.
Not going. Ground ball and gloved, flip, throw, double play.
Wow.
What a brilliantly turned double play by Hunter Ward and Albert De La Rosa.
Wow. That's teamwork right there. I thought Ward was going to take it himself.
He could have taken it.
Maybe De La Rosa said, flip it and I'll throw it.
Maybe he just likes to watch Albert De La Rosa throw it at 90 plus.
4-6-3 double play. You saw the frustration with Finley throwing his hat down.
Yeah.
Just not happy at all that didn't turn into a bigger inning. But again, you know what? I got to send these runners earlier.
Yeah.
I don't want my guy doubled off.
First pitch, man.
Yep.
Me against you. You against the catcher.
I'm going. I'm going. Challenge these catchers.
All you have to lose is the game.
You're down 1 run, get somebody at second. So
yeah,
we'll see. But De La Rosa with a great play. And guess what? We always say, it always used to be, John, the guy who makes the great play leads off. Guess who's leading off?
Albert De La Rosa. Although I give the best part of that play to the second baseman.
To Ward?
Yeah,
but De La Rosa's got to make a good throw.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So
do that one in his sleep, I'm pretty sure. But you're right. Here he is. And also, chance for an insurance run. If he can get on base, the leadoff batter in the order. Game could hinge on this as well.
I'm afraid if we get tied up.
Don't even say it, right?
Yeah, who knows how long this thing would go. But the other thing is you've got, you see what these bullpens are like. Everybody's ready to go for South. They haven't played since earlier in the week.
Here's a guy who'll swing at the first pitch. Albert De La Rosa.
Nope.
Takes that one smartly.
You're later in the game. I'd make Bork work a little bit.
Even if you had home run power, Tom?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and he won't give him anything to hit. And he probably should have made him work, but another breaking ball. This one he chases. He was assuming the 1-0 fastball. Didn't get it. The 1-1. Swung on and missed again. A pitch out of the zone.
Yeah, going for it. Yeah, a little anxious, big crowd, the whole bit. 1-2 count now. Bork can play with him a little bit. See if he challenges him or wants to make him fish. I don't challenge De La Rosa. I make him fish. He challenged
him high and deep to left, and it's going to stay in the park.
Yep.
Oh, what a ride he gave it. But it's gloved out there by Colin Holbrook.
Challenged him, and De La Rosa hit that off the end of the bat.
Yeah, he did.
If he hit the barrel of the bat, that thing's long gone and hard to find.
Yeah. He did. He hit it off the end more.
Yep.
Isaiah Hedquist. After that little scare there for North.
Got you excited, though.
It did.
Yep.
The 0-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat.
That's
Tough play.
Be caught.
Run down. Oh, it's dropped.
Oh.
Just a situation where the second baseman,
and
Connor Ross, got under it.
Well, yeah, he was under it, so we have to charge him with an error there.
Yeah, you do.
You know, because he didn't dive for it or anything else. He was right under it. It was catchable. But you know what? The way Borg's pitching, I don't know if that's going to come back to hurt him or not. I don't think it will. But
it wouldn't have until you said that. That's how that works.
You got to take advantage of it. You got to have the runner go. You got to have your runners start to challenge these catchers.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one to throw somebody out on.
Make the defense make a play.
Yeah, River Hart's up there.
Of course, that's the thing is James Guy loves his hitters, and he knows he's got a good one at the plate. Guy who's going to go play Division II baseball next year. So the question is, does he want to just do hit and run?
Yeah.
He's not taking a big lead.
Strike. That's a breaking ball that hit the upper outer. Not a pitch you're really hunting for.
A 2-0 pitch that I thought Hart should have taken to right field.
Well, you remember he tomahawked one to left last time.
There he goes.
Hit hard toward the shortstop. Gloved. Dropped by Finlay, and it's not going to be in time.
No.
What hustle by River Hart. I might give that a base hit. You think? Knocks down a ball in the hole. Knocked it down.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I'll give him an infield hit. Yep.
Hot shot. Had to go to his right.
But if you ask Derek Finley, he'll say it's a play you should have made.
That's a ball off the end of the bat into foul territory.
Because Finley's really good.
Dean Adams, he is good.
But you see what I mean about Finley. Sometimes he rushes things.
Yeah.
Sometimes he starts to think a little bit more. And we got to. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Slow ground ball to the right side. And that is an out at second, and credit Finley for gloving that one.
Yeah, that was a high throw.
Yeah.
Finley goes up and gets it, but is able to keep his foot on the base.
You're right. So first and third on the fielder's choice by Dean Adams. Hunter Ward is up there. He reached last time. You remember he struck out but made it to first on an E2. He's also reached on an E4. Been on base twice, 0 for 2. If he can hit safely, could be a 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Elias Bork throws, ground ball up the middle, and it misses the base. The race, he's out at second. What a play by Finley.
Great play by Finley. He had to get out. He had to overcome his own second baseman there to get it. But
I was holding my breath about whether that would hit the bag because that would have changed everything.
And
1-0.
South does not get the insurance run.
No. Came close, but they stranded a runner at third base. Hunter Ward grounding out fielder's choice to the shortstop Finlay. Seen both shortstops make that play to end an inning. A ground ball labeled for center field. Get to it. Step on the second base bag unassisted. Albert De La Rosa did it earlier. Derek Finley did it right there to save a run. So we go to the 6th inning, bottom of, for North to bat. Now, North is the team trailing 1-0, so they get 2 more at-bats if needed, barring a 2-run inning here. 2 more chances, but looks like Nolan Medeiros has every appearance of going the distance.
I think they both are. I don't think you take either pitcher out.
I don't want to see him come out. So after the inning-ending double play, batted into by the 2-hitter, Andy Barry, it'll be the 3-4-5 hitters in the lineup for North.
I don't think it was an inning-ending double play. It was a force-out.
No, I was talking about
Barry. Barry, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, going back to
right after the inning-ending double play for North last night.
I got a lot of stars for great plays on my score sheet tonight.
And some good ones in this game.
Diving play at third, good shortstop play, both teams, center field, the defensive star of the game.
Now the crowd is kind of quiet.
Yeah.
You know, they've been lulled to sleep a little bit here. See what happens with North.
Brady Sullivan's walked and struck out. Facing Nolan Medeiros for the third time tonight. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the third baseman. Dean Adams quickly across the diamond.
Yeah, I worry about that pump.
Yeah, Hedquist off the base to make the play. One up, one pitch, one down here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Dean Adams got a very strong arm as well. Ryan Bourgeois has popped out and flied out to left field. I make that center field earlier in the game. And that one hit him. Grazed him on the way through. That's not a lean in. That's a hit by pitch. No argument by anyone.
Nope, nobody in there. You're not going to get the call this time, South. Yeah.
That was a little bit too far off the plate. So a one-out base runner aboard. Now Ryan Bourgeois is the catcher. You know, their stereotype is they don't run much. Most catchers. Quick throw over there, but not any kind of a lead to worry about, and makes it easy.
Yeah, with a catcher, do you think I don't think he's going to steal.
I don't either. Unfortunately, I think the tone's been set on very few people wanting to steal tonight. The pitch is on the inside. No, it's inside.
You get a straight pull hitter up here.
Yeah, you do.
You know, so this will be interesting.
Colin Holbrook, 0 for 2. He would love to yank one down the right field line. He goes the other way, and it's deep to left. It's a long run. It's going to get down, and they're going to try to score the tie run. They're going to wave him in. Here comes Bourgeois. No, they didn't send him.
Nope.
Oh.
And I don't know.
You know, De La Rosa's arm out there might have been the difference.
The look on Zach Harris's face, I'm wondering, did he want him to go? I think he wanted him to go.
Oh.
See, Harris was waving him in.
I think you're right.
And the runner held up.
I think he couldn't believe that he was going to score.
So I say we got a dead pull hitter up, and South was playing him that way, and all of a sudden he laces it to left field. How about that?
It's going to be a mound conference. Yeah, that was great hitting. That was great hitting by Colin Holbrook. He could have been the hero, tied the game. He's at second base, and the potential lead run is at second, but no guarantees against this great pitcher tonight. Nolan Medeiros is facing his possible nemesis, though, and Brady Mason. Mason's not going to get to hit, Tom. You know that. He's going to get a pass.
Yep, he's going to get a pass, is right.
He's as warm as Brady.
Of course.
Bad news for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
What you've done here is you have put the winning run on base.
Oh, you absolutely have. But it is still the sixth inning.
Well, hey, wait a minute now. It's really, you know, by baseball standards, we're bottom of the eighth here, John. All right, if he comes
bottom of the eighth. That's what I'm saying.
If he comes around to score,
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, you got one last.
That's it. I'm just saying it's not a walk-off, but yeah.
No, but still, you know,
it's all important go-ahead run.
Yep.
The go-ahead run's at second, right? And
so let's see. We got a timeout now. I don't know what that's all about.
One out. So yeah, that play you don't usually see a guy score from first base on a double to left, but in that situation.
So you've got the bases loaded.
Jake O'Connor got all kinds of twisted around in left field there, Tom. He was like far away from that ball.
He didn't get a jump on the ball.
And it was bouncing away from him when it came down because of the spin.
Yep.
So that's the play I just couldn't believe when I did see the coach, Zach Harris, waving him in, and Bourgeois just stopped.
Bourgeois stopped.
So it's still 1-0 South. The infield in on the corners.
North has had
They're playing for a double play in the middle.
Yep, they are.
And here's your batter, Tejeda, the designated hitter.
See, now you're making
1-0. Yeah, you're making them. Don't walk them.
Throw strikes. You know, that's the thing.
It's going to be a tie game.
If I'm him, I don't mess with the curve. I just throw the fastball, and I do that. I just keep throwing it. Just keep throwing it.
That was a fastball middle down in the zone.
North has not been able to catch up to his fastball all night.
Not really. They've been taking it the other way.
Right. You know, I just go right at him. Attack the hitter here. Instead, you go away, you overthrow, you're behind in the count 2-1, and they're 2 pitches away from tying the game.
I'm looking for a front door curve right here, Tom. And, you know, he better be good with it because he doesn't want to hit the batter.
No.
Fastball. He stays
John,
with it. Yes.
Don't mess with that curve.
Right.
You know?
You don't have to if that's the result on the fastball.
That's just it. If he's thrown that fastball previously tonight.
Actually, he just reached back on that one.
Well, just keep reaching back. You got nothing to hold back on. He takes something off it there.
Oh, boy, that is nasty.
That is.
Because he's thinking along with you, Tom. He's thinking, I'm getting dead red here. I haven't caught up to it yet. Pulls a string, dead meat. Strikeout.
And now he's facing a batter that he has struck out twice.
Despite being a lefty hitter against a righty pitcher, Elias Bork, who knows something about pitching, has not been able to make much contact at all against Nolan Medeiros. The pitch, curveball, backdoor strike. Brilliant pitching
Bases
here. Wow.
Filled with Titans here.
Yep.
With 2 outs and an 0-1 count at the plate to Bourgeois.
The tie run is at third. The go-ahead run is at second, but there are 2
I'm sorry,
out.
to Bork. Another one.
Another one. That is bold.
So now you're 0-2.
That is.
But what
0-2.
But what he's got to be careful of is not to overthrow or underthrow to the point where it ends up in the backstop.
Absolutely.
Now let's see what he does here. I go right fastball. He does.
Yeah,
it's
good
outside.
waist pitch. Not. Oh, here he comes. He's coming for a steal, and he's out at home.
He's out at home.
Oh, he came halfway down the line. He thought he got under the tag. Throws his helmet. He's going to be out of this game. I don't know if Cy's going to put up with that because the ball was there way ahead of him. And apparently Ryan threw his helmet because he thought he got under the tag, or maybe he's just frustrated because he didn't go on the earlier play. But in any case, you saw an attempted steal of home with the bases loaded.
Wow.
And it's still a 1-0 game. Wow is right.
Wow. Why?
He was halfway down the line, and he thought nobody was paying attention to him, and he thought he could actually literally steal that.
He was out. It looked clearly that he was out.
He tried to literally steal that without a throw.
So the question is he still in the game? We'll see. He's got to put it. I imagine somebody's got to put catcher's equipment on. We'll see if it's him.
You know what? I think I might have been premature to say he's not going to stay in the game because he just got a stare from Cy, but I didn't really see him make the gesture. I think he allowed for the young man to vent, maybe a little too much, but he probably will be back behind the plate. Ryan Bourgeois wears number 20 as the catcher.
It's a daring play.
Sure was.
Well, now
especially with the bases loaded.
Harris is going over substitutions here. So who are you going to take? Who are you taking out? You got your regular's in the game. I don't know if he's going to be in the game or not. Oh, is that him? Looks it. Is it? No, it's not him. I don't think. Is it?
It is not.
No, it's not. No, he's tossed.
He's tossed. That's Abby Gonzalez.
Yep.
Yeah, he was tossed.
Yep. Gone.
Yep.
And when you're tossed, you also have to sit out another game.
You do. Oh. The next game for
And
North
I know the rule apply. I know that the athletic department does it with coaches. I don't know if they do it with players where they double the penalty.
How would it work in that instance?
Give him 2 games instead of 1. In other words, he's got to sit out the next game, John.
Yeah.
So you double the penalty, you make him sit out 2 games.
Oh.
Don't know if that's the case. They do it with coaches.
So the next game for the Titans is here Monday against Winnicott.
Right.
Well, after that bit of excitement, which he got to see up close and personal.
North has had base running issues all season long. They definitely have. There's at least the games that I've seen.
Man.
So and I'm not talking just about mistakes on the base pass where you get thrown out or whatever. I'm talking about not following the signs.
Not following the third base coach's windmill.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. So
wow.
Things like that. So
even with the great arm of shortstop Albert De La Rosa, I think Bourgeois is safe if he keeps going on that double.
Oh, I think he's safe. I think you make the outfielder make the the infielder make the play, and it's a close play at home.
It would have been a nice throw too. I guarantee you that. I don't know if it would have been in time. 1-0, and South hunting for an insurance run here in the top of the 7th.
But I think, you demonstrate that after a play, whether you're frustrated at yourself or you're frustrated at the call, you have to toss the player. You can't throw helmets.
Right. Jake O'Connor. 0-for-2. Swings and misses the first one. Hits it on a line to left, and it's right at the left fielder. Yeah, Colin Holbrook had to barely move for that. Well positioned. Good piece by O'Connor, but nothing to show for it. Out number 1.
Number 11, Alex Holfactor.
Alex Holfactor, who has got the big hit, right?
That double, it's set up second and third and allowed a run to score the next hitter.
The biggest hit of the game, really, for South.
On a ground ball out.
Yep.
So.
And right fielder has made the adjustment, Tom. He's a little bit closer to the line out there in right. Maybe hoping, looking for a foul. Holfactor looked like he was trying to go the other way again.
He took his eye off the ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very good swing.
No. 1-1 to number 11. And again. Yep.
That swing he was just very late on.
Yeah. Kind of looked like the PGA Tour right there.
Yeah, exactly. Tried to golf it.
The 1-2 pitch, probably going back to the same spot, and he does. Just about.
Boy.
Yeah. Strikeout.
So looking ahead.
Yeah, let's look ahead.
Bork, Raisin and Andino.
Yeah, Bork's back up there. He got that up close look at the out at home on stealing home.
And Finley.
Yeah.
Unless they pitch hit somewhere on the bottom of the order.
Yeah.
They won't pitch hit for Finley, obviously, but we'll see what happens.
8-9-1. Ball low. Good take there by Caleb Rich. Fly to center and grounded out to short. Only his third at bat of the night here in the 7th inning. High pop-up left side.
Well, we're going to find out soon enough.
Derek Finlay gloves it.
And here we go.
1-2-3 inning. And yes, will North be able to come up with the game-tying run, or will Nolan Medeiros get a complete game shutout? Here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning at Holman. A great game here to watch live on Nashua ETV. Our cameraman tonight, Tim O'Neill, joined also by Michaela Savageau of Nashua High North, who was put to the test, Tom, in a big way on that play of the game by Jordan Racing and Andino. Michaela had to track that to the center field wall.
Right.
Not easy for the center fielder or our cameraman at twilight earlier in the game, and that was a big play, right? No, River Hart's going to be at second or third after that. And then he followed it up with a nice Willie Mays catch straight away to center off Dean Adams, next batter. So some great center field play tonight. Good shortstop, third base, first base play. Everybody's made one. Hunter Ward started a key 4-6-3 double play at second base.
The one thing we're missing up here, John, especially with the crowd, I heard a little bit of it tonight because with the crowd buzzing and the PA and everything else, you don't hear as much. But Cy Tevis does a great count call. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Love it.
He's fabulous at it. He's got a great voice.
Love it.
Yeah.
So many different styles of umpires in the world.
Yeah, Tevis has got a unique one. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Second night in a row behind the plate. He was here last night.
Must enjoy it.
The Alvern Fields groundskeeper and is also the Alvern golf coach.
How about that?
Yep. Does a nice job on the fields. I was there in the fall, it looked fabulous.
So, it is
here we go.
Pitcher for North who's batting now, and he takes a strike. Nolan Medeiros back to business on the mound, seeking a complete game shutout. 1-0. That curveball misses. That's solid umpiring back there. It was, as far as I can see, dead accurate. 1-1.
Nice
foul
pitch.
Straight back. Yeah, it was.
Took
it's
something off it. Took something off it, but I'll tell you what, he better not try it again, because I think he'd either come close to hitting him or lay it out there for Bork to line it somewhere. I would.
Oh, that right center field gap is just calling his name.
I would challenge him with the fastball.
The 1-2.
Nope.
Way outside.
See, I don't.
2-2.
I don't like that. Just if I'm a guy with Medeiros' fastball ability.
Do you put this fastball a little bit up in the zone, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, too high.
Now he's down in the catch.
Too high. 3-2.
See, he kind of fooled with him a little bit. He was ahead 1-2, and now he's 3-2. You don't want to walk the leadoff hitter here. If you're South,
this is
if
challenge
you're
time
if you're
right
North,
here.
you got to love it.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
That's just it. So you got that's when Medeiros is at his best. Challenge, challenge, challenge.
That's 10. Nolan Medeiros with 10 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings. And he's going to face the 9-hitter here. And this is another key at bat because Finlay's up on
I'll
deck.
tell you what, Finley's not giving in to anything. Finley's going to do whatever he has to do to get on base.
Hits the top of the mitt, and it might have been in the zone, but they don't get the strike call.
No, they don't.
Almost like a cross up there.
Did.
So it's 1 ball and no strikes to J. Ray. Yeah, he swung at it.
Yep.
It was a low and away pitch. Probably mad at himself because it might be nice to be 2-0, trying to work a walk.
Andino tries to challenge Adams again with a bunt. Now, see, that's just it. Attack the hitters.
He's got to be a little bit tired, Tom.
Medeiros is, but you know what? That doesn't mean he can't throw a fastball by most of these hitters in at the bottom of the order.
2-1.
There's one right
there.
Fair
ball. Back to the pitcher. Medeiros bare hands it. Diving into first, but out. 2 outs. Jordan, Racing, and Andino giving everything he had there in that swinging bunt. But Medeiros deftly off the mound, picked it up with the bare hand and made a good throw. 2 outs. The Titans down to their last out. And it looks like Zach Harris wants to talk to his hitter.
Yep.
No? He's going to ask if that hit the batter's leg on the way out of the box.
That's the thing, is I thought it might have been a foul ball. I was surprised.
Yeah, and he did the right thing, but you got to hustle in case the umpires don't see it. But you can ask the first base umpire, right? Shouldn't he say something if he saw it, though, first base umpire? Not even have to be asked?
Yep.
Yeah. Cy Tebbets has a conversation with Zach Harris, seems to be satisfied. And 2 outs, nobody on base, 1-0. And Derek Finlay, who's been up now for the 4th time tonight, has walked twice. He needs to bat safely in order to extend this one for at least one more batter. Medeiros' pitch hit high to left, the right center, and it is going to be caught for the final out of the game. A complete game shutout for Nolan Medeiros. South wins it 1-0.
How about that?
What a game.
It is. What a game. Great game. Great high school baseball game.
Leo Capico making the catch there on the final out of the game.
Yep. All right, John Collins.
See you at Riviera softball
See you at Riviera
next.
Softball,
That's
Riviera North-South softball on Tuesday night at 7.
Beautiful. Thank you to Tim O'Neill and the rest of our camera crew, Michaela Savaggio.
Let's hope that DeRusha, who plays for South, behaves herself in that game. So they're right below me. That's why I said that.
I'm John Collins for Tom King and our executive producer, Pete Johnson, as well. Nashua South takes it over North as the Battle of the Bridge continues between these two schools, a final of 1-0. Good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.